Howdy folks, Matt here with Gulf Coast Fit, coming at you today with a micro session targeting the biceps and the triceps. It's a gun show workout. This micro session entails supersets, pre-fatigue supersets to be exact. A pre-fatigue superset is where you target and isolate a muscle group, and then you turn around and do a second exercise that's a compound exercise that also incorporates that muscle group. So hence the pre-fatigue. You zap that muscle group in an isolation manner, and then you hit it with a compound exercise where you get to add in other muscles, a supporting cast so to speak, that make that a bigger, stronger compound exercise. But having pre-fatigued your target muscle group prior to that compound exercise, it makes that compound exercise much more difficult because your limiting factor will certainly be that target muscle group that you already taxed in the aforementioned isolation exercise, and B, you will do a great job of increasing the strength, the work capacity, or the size of that target muscle. Today we're doing bis and triceps, like I said, and this is really a 3-for video today. I want to show you how to do these pre-fatigue supersets for the biceps and triceps using 3 different modes of training here, 3 different modes of equipment and resistance. On my rig here, I've got a cable set up on the left. I've got a couple of bands set up in the middle, and I've got a TRX suspension trainer set up on the right. All of those pieces of equipment we'll be using for our isolation exercises for the bicep curls and the tricep extensions. And we'll be following up bicep curls with pull-ups, chin-ups to be exact, chin-ups and overhand close grip pull-ups. Both of those variations of pull-ups are designed, or in this case, being utilized to target your biceps, your arms even more so. And then we've got the dip rig behind me to do after we isolate the triceps. So what we're going to do is 1 superset for the biceps using the cable rig on the left, right into the compound chin up, and that's 1 bicep pre-fatigue superset. And then I'll show you how to do a tricep pre-fatigue superset using that same piece of equipment. On the next round of biceps and triceps, I'll show you how to use the bands, and then on the last round I'll show you how to use the TRX. So I'm doing this 3-for video to show you that you can do a pre-fatigue superset for arms using various different modes of equipment and resistance training techniques. So not that you couldn't use some dumbbells or even some machines for this. And if you don't have a dip station or a pull-up rig, or you don't have the requisite strength to be able to do body weight dips and pull-ups, you can always use something like a lat pull-down machine, plate-loaded hammer strength lat pull-down. You can use an assisted dip machine, assisted pull-up machine. You can do some chair dips. Grab a bench or a chair behind you. You could even do band assisted pull-ups. So you can do pull-ups and dips in a multitude of ways without actually doing or performing strict body weight dips and pull-ups. So without further ado, let's go into our first biceps pre-fatigue superset using the cable setup. On everything, as far as the isolations go, let's keep it to a standard 12 to 15 reps, kind of a conventional rep range. And when it comes to the pull-ups or the dips as your secondary compound exercise, you really just give it what you got. See what's left in the tank after you've pre-fatigued the bis and tris. So here we go. View here. All of my exercises are set up from a high position, high cable position, high band position. Not that you can't do biceps and triceps from a low setting as well. If you're using a cable crossover machine, or you're simply standing on your bands on the ground. I've just got everything anchored up high for this video to kind of keep it uniform. Show you how you can do the same workout with 3 different variations of everything. You can see I've got a controlled, concentrated contraction on every rep. Get a couple more. It's getting pretty tough. My internal metronome's pretty good, so I know that was between 12 and 15 reps. Now you want to hop right into your chin-ups. I'm going to start with chin-ups. Reverse grip, close grip, lots of biceps. Again, give it what you got, which you might see that you don't have as much as you would have if you hadn't just pre-fatigued your biceps. Ah. 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 Oh, I never dropped to the ground, so my set kept going. I think I got 11 there. So the pre-fatigue portion of that, the high cable curls, was certainly effective because I can typically do, not to brag, a lot more than 11 chin-ups. But I could tell my biceps were the limiting factor in that set. So, I'm going to turn right around using my cable setup again. And it doesn't matter what attachment you've got, rope attachment, easy bar, straight bar, what have you. Just get to work. So now I'm going to do some high tricep extensions. And after this, we'll go into the dips. One thing I like about training arms and training biceps and triceps in a superset fashion back and forth between the two muscle groups is that they're antagonists, and you really don't need much recovery going from biceps to triceps. You don't have to rest very long, because biceps don't do much work while you're hitting your tris, and triceps don't do much work while you're hitting your biceps. Oh yeah, good stretch and a good flex. Ooh. All those dips are going to be hard. Okay. Hopping on the dip rig. Now this dip rig transitions from a wide grip in the back to a narrow grip in the front. Narrow grip incorporates more arms, triceps. That's why I'm up here. This is an arm superset. You'll also notice that I'm not leaning forward and facing down. I'm staying more upright, which targets the triceps more. Oh my Lord. Ah. 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 Ooh, that's all I had. Pre-fatigue superset is very effective. Moving right along. Now I'll show you a pre-fatigue superset using bands. I've got two bands set up, a big band as my anchor and a medium-sized band as my handles. So you see, this is essentially the same exercise as using the cable setup. Once again, I'm just showing you how to perform these pre-fatigue supersets with 3 different types of equipment. Actually, 3 videos in 1. I don't want to say I'm cutting corners, just being efficient today. Biceps are still taxed a little bit from the previous bicep superset, but we like that. Keep the arm pump going. Okay. This time I'm going to go with a pronated grip and a close grip, narrow grip. Still a lot of arms, but a little bit more brachialis and a little bit more of the lateral head of your biceps. Still very arm dominant though. Oh yeah, you know when rep 1 is hard. It's going to be a good set. got 12 that time. Woo! ¿Qué tal, amigo? ¿Todo bien?
Sí, todo bien.
Misión completo arriba.
Sí,
Ajá.
yo lo voy a limpiar un poco. y
Ok,
termino.
qué
Sí.
bueno, muchas gracias,
Sí.
señor. Going into triceps now. Once again, using the bands, facing away, staggered stance, high tricep extensions. Keep your elbows pointing forward. Control the eccentric, flex, contract, and completely extend your elbows for as far as you can. That's where you get your peak tricep contraction, is when your elbows are fully extended. So get yourself a flex and a pause. Okay. Woo. Burning. Burning. I'm going right into the dips. With a pre-fatigue superset, you go right into it. Transition as quickly as possible. I'm going to speed these reps up. Woo. Busted out 15 that time. You got one more tool left. That's the suspension trainer. There we go. Love seeing shipments of materials coming in. Got a lot of projects going on. All right, TRX curls, here we go. Oh, getting a little tippy on my rig here. Find the sweet spot. There we go. The rig is really designed to resist downward force, hence why it's a pull-up rig. I don't have the legs anchored in, and honestly, I'm not leaning back as far as I could be. So, to counter that, I'm being very deliberate about contracting and controlling each rep. Okay. Did a good job of putting my brain in my biceps and making the most out of that. We'll go back to supinated chin-up grip for our final set here. Oh, only got 10 there. 9 3/4 really. All right, here we go. Last pre-fatigue tricep superset. Woo! I'm not tipping things over. Now, I'm not recommending, oh, it's burning, that you utilize all three types of variations of the biceps and triceps and all the different types of equipment here. Pick one type. Pick a suspension trainer or a cable machine or use some bands and do your entire biceps and triceps pre-fatigue supersets using that one mode of resistance. Do 3 to 5 rounds of each. And once again, pick what kind of dips and what kind of pull-ups you have access to and are capable of doing. Here we go. Ooh, 14. I wanted 15. I only had 14. So there you have it, crew. A mini gun show, biceps and triceps. As you can tell, mine needs some work. That's why I'm out here strengthening my weaknesses. But give that a go. And once again, the sky's the limit. You can do isolation pre-fatigue supersets with any mode of resistance. I was just showing you an example of 3 ways to use a high anchored apparatus. So give it a go, stay strong, and have fun, as always.